What if I told you that somewhere in the world right now, a record is quietly growing stronger every single week? Not a record built on a sudden viral moment, not a record created by a one-time comeback, but a record fueled by something much deeper. Loyalty, patience, and a bond between an artist and millions of people who refuse to stop showing up. Because week after week, they keep choosing the same name. And that name is Jin of BTS. And this time, the number has reached something almost unbelievable. 42. 42 consecutive weeks at number 1 on Idol Pick. Think about that for a moment. 42 weeks means nearly an entire year of dominance in a fan voting system where thousands of fans return every single week to support their favorite artist. In an industry where rankings can change overnight, maintaining the top spot for even a few weeks is already difficult. But 42? That's not just impressive, that's history slowly unfolding. During the first week of March, from March 2nd to March 8th, the weekly results came in once again. Fans cast their votes across the platform, choosing which artists they believed deserved the spotlight that week. And when the numbers were counted, Jin stood at the very top again, collecting 66,140 votes. But here's the detail that makes this even more extraordinary. Not only did Jin win the male idol category, he also recorded the highest number of votes across the entire platform. And he didn't just do it once. He has now held that overall top position for 5 consecutive weeks. 5 weeks of being the most voted artist out of everyone participating. When achievements like this start stacking together, it becomes clear that something bigger is happening. Because voting streaks like this don't come from casual attention. They come from a fandom that refuses to fade. Every week, fans open the app. Every week, they press the same button. And every week, they make sure Jin's name stays exactly where they believe it belongs, at the very top. But the impact of those votes doesn't stay inside an app. It appears in the real world. Through Idol Pick, the artists who receive the most picks in weekly voting earn something special. Their image displayed on giant LED advertising screens in some of the busiest areas of Seoul. These advertisements are more than just promotions. They're celebrations, visible proof of how powerful fan support can be. And thanks to the overwhelming number of votes Jin received during the 174th LED screen support, his reward advertisement is now shining brightly in one of Seoul's most famous shopping districts. Right across from Lotte Avenue Myeongdong, a massive LED screen is broadcasting Jin's image from March 12th to March 14th. For anyone walking through the streets of central Seoul, the moment is impossible to miss. People look up, and suddenly there he is. Jin's face lighting up the city skyline. Fans gather nearby, taking photos, recording videos, smiling as they watch the screen flicker to life. For them, it's not just an advertisement. It's a symbol of what their collective support created. But the story doesn't end with one screen, because Jin's popularity has been making waves across the entire month. Recently, he was also selected as the Best Artist of February, a title that recognizes the artist who captured the most attention and support during the month. And that recognition brought another large-scale reward. From March 12th to March 21st, another outdoor LED advertisement featuring Jin is running near Seoul Station, one of the city's busy commuter areas. So while people rush to work, meet friends, or simply pass through the station, Jin's presence quietly greets them above the streets. 2 screens, 2 major locations, thousands of fans stopping by just to see the moment with their own eyes. But numbers and advertisements alone cannot explain why Jin's popularity continues to grow stronger. The real answer lies in the kind of artist he has become. Over the years, Jin has built something that many artists spend an entire career trying to achieve. A connection with audiences that feels both powerful and personal. On stage, his voice carries a unique emotional clarity. He can deliver gentle, heartfelt melodies that feel almost fragile, and then suddenly rise into powerful high notes that echo across arenas. His vocal range allows him to move effortlessly between warmth and intensity, creating performances that linger in people's memories long after the music stops. But Jin's impact goes beyond just sound. There's a presence he brings to the stage, a calm confidence that immediately captures attention. The moment he appears under the spotlight, audiences feel it, a quiet charisma. A sincerity that makes every performance feel authentic. And perhaps that's why fans continue returning week after week to support him. Because for them, Jin isn't just an idol. He's someone whose journey they've watched closely for years. Someone whose growth they've celebrated. Someone whose voice has comforted them through countless moments. And as his influence expands, the world outside of music has taken notice too. Luxury fashion houses and global brands have recognized his unique presence, leading him to become an ambassador for renowned brands like Gucci and Fred. These collaborations highlight how Jin's appeal crosses industries. His visuals capture attention instantly. His image represents elegance and confidence, and his global recognition continues to open doors far beyond the stage. In today's entertainment world, few artists manage to balance musical talent, visual presence, and global brand influence all at once. But Jin is steadily proving that he belongs in that rare category. And now, another important moment is approaching. Because soon, Jin won't just be appearing as a solo artist. He will be returning to the stage alongside the members of BTS. On March 21st, the group is scheduled to appear at a special event titled BTS The Comeback Live Arirang, which will take place at Gwanghwamun Square in Seoul. For fans around the world, this stage carries enormous meaning. It represents reunion, it represents anticipation, and it represents the next chapter for one of the most influential groups in global music. But when Jin steps onto that stage, he won't just be carrying his microphone. He'll be carrying something else too. 42 weeks of unwavering support. 42 weeks of fans choosing him again and again. 42 weeks of proving that popularity isn't always about sudden explosions of attention. Sometimes, it's about quiet consistency, about showing up, about believing in someone long enough that the entire world eventually notices. And as the weeks continue to pass, one question slowly begins to grow louder. If Jin has already reached 42 consecutive weeks at number 1, how much further can this streak go? Because if history has shown us anything so far, it's that when fans stand behind Jin, the streak doesn't just continue, it becomes unstoppable.